person who I believe is the most responsible for all of the changes that have taken place in Virginia, because she is the leader of the labor movement of Virginia, Doris Crouse-Mays.
Thank you, everyone, and let me just say, you all look beautiful. You got your walking shoes on. You got packets. You're ready to go. Let me first begin by thanking Ginny for everything that she's done here. And we always have to have zone leads who puts all of this stuff together for us. They don't just jump in them packets. And that is Bob Zabel and John Cart from Hala, who's been here since August preparing. So thank you so much. She's the one that's always trying to keep me on message. Okay? So that's a tall order sometimes for her. So let me just say this. What we have accomplished in the last 2 years in this state is remarkable. This is the most important election ever. And I know I say that all the time, but that's because it really is. People ask me, what do we have at stake in this election? I can answer that in one word. Everything. Every single thing. In the last 2 years, we have the most progressive legislation ever that I can recall in this state. And we could not have done that without the Speaker and the House of Delegates. So, Eileen, thank you. We have gone from being 51 by Oxfam for workers in 2019. We are now 23 for workers. And you know what? If we can move up 28 spaces in 2 years, I know that we're going to get to number 1 before 2 years is up, right? And we're not going to stop until we're there. Look, this is going to be a close election. But you know what? I remind everybody, every single election in Virginia is close. I mean, after all, we came close to taking the House, but kind of lost it by 1 because they pulled out the wrong name out of a fishbowl. All right? So it's going to be close. But what you're doing is going to make the difference in this election. The union members in this state is going to make the difference in this election. You have been preparing yourself for this day. It is here, and we're going to go forward, and we are not going backwards. And we could not have done all of this without all of the support from all of the unions. And you're going to hear from them today. But I have the honor and the privilege of introducing the next speaker. In 2004, when Liz went to work for then President Hill, she done elections and walked here out in Virginia in 2004. She's been here all the time. She's always been supportive of Virginia. In 2009, when she became an officer as Secretary Treasurer of the state, the national, she always, on every single election day, texted me, thanking everyone, saying good luck, and after we won, congratulations. Has never missed one election of saying that. Today is true to form. Early this morning, Liz texted me as well. I just can't say enough wonderful things about her and the support that she has given us in this state. Sisters and brothers, it's an honor and a privilege to introduce to you the first woman president of the National AFL-CIO, Liz Shuler!
All right. Doris, you are amazing. Can I just say thank you, because you are the one who's been tireless throughout this election, leading this labor movement. You and Lauren, the team, the state fed, Ginny, Diamond, day after day after day. And I see a lot of familiar faces out there because we were just together on Saturday, weren't we? Yeah, we were. And you came back. And here we are, the final day. Thank you so much, because it's been day after day, week after week, month after month. I know how hard you've worked to get us here. And we are right at the finish line. And I just got back in last night from Moline, Illinois. I was walking the picket line with John Deere workers. And I'll tell you what, with everything they have on their plate, they were talking about Virginia. They were telling me, hey, what's going on in the state of Virginia with those races? Because they know how important it is, because what you do here is what's going to affect the entire country. And they're talking about the same things you're talking about. Fair wages, health care. It's what you're hearing on the doors. It's what I heard on the door last Saturday. Retirement security, the ability to collectively bargain and join a union and have strong unions in the state of Virginia. And working people are absolute heroes in this state, standing up. And we know the progress you've made in the state of Virginia. And what Doris said is so true. We are not going to let these candidates, our enemies, roll back the gains that we have made in the state of Virginia. And I'm so honored to stand here with my brother Lee Saunders, my sister Randi Weingarten. We have the top drawer leadership here to make sure that you all know we're committed, just like you are, every single day to get out those votes. Democracy is at stake. And the union is at the heart of democracy, right? We're the ones that are going to make sure that our members get out to vote, that communities are getting out to vote to protect this democracy and all the gains we've made. And I know that Terry McAuliffe and Hala, Ayala, and Mark Herring, and we have the speaker here with us. It's the final stretch, and you know as well as I do how misinformation is getting out there. Every time I turn on the TV, every time I look on Facebook, there's another lie. It's up to us in the labor movement to get the truth out there. We are the truth tellers. We are the truth squad. So that's why your door knocks are so important today, to get out the real information about what's at stake for working families. And I'm so honored to be walking with you. And let's get out the vote. Are you ready to go knock some doors? Are you ready to go drop some lint? Send more text messages. Get those calls. We're going to win this thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, President Shuler. And now it's my honor to introduce the foremost champion for public education, for teachers, for children, for parents, the president of the AFT, Randi Weingarten.
Okay. All that's at stake, everybody knows that. This is really the day to bring it home. People who early voted, we think, understand what's at stake. We think that the team that's here, and it's great that Haya's here, and it's great that Mark is here. We think, and it's great that Eileen is here, we think that people get what the turn has been in Virginia, in favor of working families, in favor of higher wages, in favor of dignity and respect instead of fear and hopelessness. We think that people who early voted got that. The issue is this, and you know this as well as I do. Youngkin didn't get to be the head of Carlisle because he wasn't smart. He's run a fear-based, divisive-based campaign right out of the Republican playbook. If I see one more sign that says Terry McAuliffe doesn't care about kids, I know Terry McAuliffe for decades. He cares about kids just like he's cared about his own kids. This fear campaign, this divisive campaign, this is what is so important right now. You see the people that are here. You see the people who have turned around Virginia. We need you today to bring it home. I said this yesterday when we started this kickoff. You, looking in people's eyes, knocking on doors, doing that lit. You bring it home. Workers to workers, teachers to teachers, parents to parents, about how our future is in front of us. Our future is what we're fighting for. We're fighting against that fear. We're fighting against that unsafe conditions. It's about you doing this. So my question is, are you ready, like Liz said, to wear your walking shoes?
Right.
Are you ready to knock on doors until your knuckles hurt? Are you ready to have every conversation you can have today? Are you ready to move Virginia forward with Terry's election? Are you ready to move Virginia forward with this team? Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much. We're fired up. And we have some incredible leaders here, including the amazing candidate for Lieutenant Governor. Hala Ayala has been with us all the way through. She's been out on our picket line. She's always the one who's most enthusiastic. And I'm so happy to and honored to introduce our next Lieutenant Governor, Hala Ayala.
I'm already pretty loud. You know, when you have kids, that gives you enough practice. Delegate Ayala, you know, I know what it's like to make $5.25 an hour and not know where your health care is coming from, how you're going to put food on the table. And so when I went to the General Assembly to work with my colleagues, it was the honor to pass and raise the minimum wage. It was an honor to pass and expand Medicaid. Collective bargaining. And guess what, brothers and sisters? We're just getting started. So, you know, y'all are professionals. You know what you're doing. You know how to get out the vote, and nobody does it better than you. With my colleagues, Leader Herring, Speaker Fillercorn, Doris, Ginny, and so many of our national representatives, they're working hard to protect all the gains that we have made this last 2 cycles. Trust me, one election cycle can turn back the hands of time, and everything is on the line. So as you're knocking on doors, be intentional about protecting all these gains. Tell those voters why it's so important to vote. We have went from almost dead last in the Commonwealth to 12th for voting rights. That is also on the line. Protecting an individual's right to choose, that is on the line. The list goes on, but we know that the conversation Democrats have had, we're just getting started. That's the floor, not the ceiling. I look forward to not only working with you as your next Lieutenant Governor and the first woman ever to serve in this statewide seat, but to continue to fight for workers and families. As you have been with me, I am with you. Thank you to my village. Thank you, Virginia. Thank you to my union brothers and sisters. So are we ready to go out and knock doors?
Yeah!
Maybe one more cup of coffee and then you'll have
That's right.
all the energy you'll need. I run on coffee. But with that, I'd like to introduce the people's lawyer, someone who I've grown to know over my career. I remember when I was part of his recount when he first ran for office, and I found out the importance of the vote and democracy and how every vote does count. And with that, my good friend and running mate, General Attorney Mark Herring.
Good morning, everybody. It is so good to see you. Happy Election Day. This is what it's about. It's time to bring it home.
Yeah!
So we have made so much progress in Virginia. And we have to keep that progress and protect it. And we have to continue the fight for all Virginians by electing Terry McAuliffe as our next governor. And Hala Ayala as our next lieutenant governor. And me as your attorney general. I know nobody here needs persuading. You know what to do. But look, I want to say a couple things. First of all, I want to say thank you for all the hard work you put in thus far. But we got to give it everything we have between now and when the polls close. And what you're doing truly makes the difference, because there is no better get out the vote tool, no better persuasion technique than person to person, neighbor to neighbor, voter to voter contact.
Labor to labor!
And labor to labor. And I think it was Doris who said maybe this election will be really close because it's Virginia. Well, I know a few things about close elections.
That's right.
And one of the things I know is, in close elections, the team that works the hardest usually wins. So we've got work to do. The stakes could not be higher. And it is in your power to win this election. It is up to you all. You can keep Virginia on a path to a better future. You can continue to build a Commonwealth that has your back, but it's going to take work. We have to turn out our voters. Don't get cold. Don't get tired. Don't relax on the sidelines. There is too much at stake. Keep going. Get your packets. Complete your packets. Come back. Turn it in. Get another packet. Knock those doors. Come back and get another one until the polls close. If you do that, we will win this election. We will sweep all 3 statewide offices. We will add to our numbers in the House of Delegates. We will make history again. Are you ready to win this election? Victory!
Thank you so much. And I want to introduce our amazing Speaker of the House in Virginia, who has led the way to this unprecedented transformation of Virginia into a state that values workers. It's my honor to introduce Speaker Eileen Fillerford.
Thank you, Ginny. I won't take too much time because I know the rain is coming and we've got doors to knock, but are you fired up, everybody? And I just wanted to thank all these amazing presidents. Thank you for all that you have done. All of you out there on the doors. Labor, you guys have been amazing. And as you heard said before, you guys are with us, we're with you, we stand with you. We've made so many incredible gains in just 22 months. It's hard to believe it's only been 22 months. And we are not going to allow those gains to be rolled back, which is what the other side wants. We are on the right side of these issues. We have made these gains because we stand with workers, we stand with working families, and we're going to continue to do so. There is so much at stake. Can I also just say something? Madam President, where's Madam President? First woman Lieutenant Governor, and where's Leader Herring? And then Jessica Fox. All right, there's the common denominator again. We stand together. We know we're on the right side of these issues. As you heard, please just knock those doors and also send a text and an email to everyone you know that has not already voted early. But I'll tell you something, I feel the energy and the excitement. I know we are going to be victorious. Yes. You all know we have banked 1.2 million votes already. So thank you, Labor. Thank you, working families. Thank you for everything you've done, and we'll continue to be with you and move Virginia forward. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you. And now it is my honor to introduce the president of the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, the great
You ready to rock and roll? Yeah! Are you ready to rock and roll? Yeah! You know, I'm from Cleveland. I got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame there, you know. Now, this is like a summer day as far as I'm concerned. When I look at Liz, she's got a big coat on. I look at the speaker, big coat on. I mean, look at you. You have a big coat on. Are you cold? This is a beautiful day for what we've got to do. And what we've got to do is win in Virginia, right? Let me do this. And I truly mean this. I want to thank all of you for your commitment, for your dedication, for what you have been doing. This is an important race in Virginia, and we will win. Make no mistake about it. But this race also sets the tone for what's going to happen in this country for the next 2 years as we prepare for 2022. This is the beginning of how we can continue to move our country forward and not let anyone take us backwards. We will not let that happen. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? So we're going to do what labor does best. And what labor does best is organize and mobilize and knock on those doors and communicate and talk to our folks and say that this is the time. This is the place. Get out to vote. Help us knock on doors. Bring people together. If we do that, and I know that we will, then you know, I guarantee that there will be a victory tonight. I guarantee it. It rests on your shoulders. Labor is playing a key role, as we always do. So let's do it. Let's not leave anything to chance. 4 years ago, we had to go into a bowl to see who was going to control the House of Delegates. We ain't going in no bowl tonight, okay? We're going to win. We're going to win big. Let's get the job done. Are you ready? Are you fired up? Are you knocking on those doors today and tonight? Let's get the job done. Thank you.
Yes, we're ready. And now I'm going to turn it over to Bob Zabel, who's our zone coordinator, is going to tell us how we're going to get everybody out on the doors. We also have ponchos here. Anthony's selling ponchos right over here.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming out. You're going to get a packet like this. You got flyers inside. You've probably already been.